There is always a distinction between the rich and the poor. We are always wondering on why does the rich stay rich, and you can find a lot of answers in the internet. But now we'll see what are the things that poor people do that the rich ones will not do. Welcome to Luxette, your go-to channel for all things luxury and finance. We are all aware that many of you are out there on the road to success. That is why we come up with a list that poor people do that keeps them on the average level. Before we start, we want you to know that this material could serve as a wake-up call or something that you could think about with your current situation and where you are in life right now. So it wouldn't hurt to take these with a grain of salt. Some people take it personally whenever videos like this are made, but someone hungry for success would take time to see if there is room to grow in their lives. For us to make a list that's going to be helpful for you, we talked with industry experts who were successful in their field about some of the things that separate between the poor and the rich in their everyday life. We know that in every rule, there is an exception. We are aware that not a lot of people can control the circumstances where they're in. But knowing these might give you an advantage someday. Being aware of these habits might take you to the next step. 12 things wealthy people don't do. 1. Watching a lot of TVs. If you spend the whole time watching your favorite series and finishing the whole season in a day without accomplishing anything, it's something you might want to think about. Of course, what is wrong with the one lazy day, right? But how many lazy days have you spent? There is nothing wrong to treat yourself with some Netflix and chill sometimes, but if it has become a habit, then it is one of the things that delay your success. You maybe argue that you're watching to disconnect, but it is exactly the problem. You're choosing to disconnect rather than engaging yourself in something beneficial for you. While you disconnect with your problems right now, a rich person would deal with the problem and will treat himself with disconnection after they solved the problem. 2. Ignoring their health. One of the things that poor people are fond of ignoring is their health. It is important in knowing what you put inside your body. Having good nutrition is something that people should invest in. Poor people are blowing up their bodies with a large amount of sugar and fats with little nutritional value. What you eat right now is not comfort food, as it will actively ruin your body and it will prevent you from performing your tasks. It's a domino effect. If you're not physically healthy, then the rest of your life's aspects will follow. 3. Buying clothes and products on a sale. Think about this. The rich people go crazy over buying a stock that is on sale, while the poor ones are so focused on watching out for a sale that they will stretch their budget no matter how little they have. The rich ones are always busy increasing their profits, while poor people are willing to go broke over some products that they barely need. 4. Waking up late. It is bothersome to hear that poor people are lazier than rich people in the early years. Again, there is always an exception to the rule, so people under such circumstances are not the ones we're talking about. But it is true that when you spend your youth to grow yourself, you'll likely succeed later on. Think of it as an investment. If you keep on waking up late and missing out on things that can help you educate yourself, which is a primary tool in achieving success, then you're still too far from the goal. 5. Too much investment in sports. This is the same with watching too much TV. Escaping from your current situation isn't going to help you. If you tend to choose to watch a live game and stayed until the end of the game and go home after with empty pockets from buying tickets, a mind filled with doubts and worries, then this is for you. It is more fun to watch if you go home without any burden in your mind. 6. Taking care of their hygiene. The in-demand jobs today are usually in the service industry, where contact is a requirement to have a successful and valuable exchange. People tend to trust you less if you don't have good personal hygiene over someone who knows how to shower and smell good. People would deal with you less, and it will have an impact on your life. We all wanted to be around people who have good personal hygiene, because if you ignore this part, then think about what kind of people you want to surround yourself with. 7. Always blaming others. Rich people oftentimes take responsibility for their misfortune. Knowing that there is someone to blame allows you to escape and give you a bit of comfort. But if you do not know how to own up to your mistake, then you can expect that you'll just go into circles. Because you want to know what happens when you admit your faults? You learn. You'll be able to dissect further what went wrong, and it will allow you to improve and become better. 8. Savings. Probably one of the things that a lot of people are struggling to have is savings. Having money that is untouched and set aside is a lifesaver. You don't know where life is taking you next. No matter how little, try to save money as much as you could because this money will help you someday. This will help you navigate a bad financial situation when the time comes. Remember that one factor why the rich stay rich is because they have money set aside. 9. Credit. Using a credit card or taking out a loan to purchase something might not be a good idea. Credit and loans are tricky and you should always be mindful in using them. For example, if you take out a loan to invest it into something that is not going to make money more than the loan itself is a bad idea. Credits and loans should only be done for investment and not for personal use such as TV or to be able to afford a vacation to an island. That is what the rich usually do. They don't take out loans for a personal consumption. 10. Having a lot of kids. Poor people tend to have more kids than rich ones. We all know how adorable they are and how much love they can give to this world. But having a lot of them is expensive. You don't want your kids to lack in education or deprive them of their basic needs. But the truth is, affording the necessities for all your children is very expensive. We're not saying that you should not have kids ever, but only have kids when you know you can afford it. 11. Missing out on doctor's appointment. We talked about the importance of health, but this is another important thing to discuss. Most of the poor people don't pay attention to their bodies, and going to the doctor is their last resort. Ignoring something painful and refusing to get checked will going to come back at you harder in the future. If you do regular checkups, then chances of beating up a certain disease are high compared to discovering it at a later time. You're not going to enjoy the fruit of your labor if the majority of the funds you have invested and saved will be used in hospital bills. Do not neglect your health. 12. Action versus lottery mentality. Rich people make themselves even richer. If they see a problem, they act on it the moment they knew it. While the poor people are gambling their success, what do you think a poor person will do once he hit the jackpot? The first thing probably is they will leave their job and do what they want, while a rich person will think of a plan and a detailed step on how they will grow it even more. There's nothing wrong with hoping to hit the jackpot in the lottery because we do so too. But depending too much on luck and failing to act will not take you anywhere in life and will allow you to remain where you are unless you act upon it. Do you know someone who needs a new perspective on how to achieve success? Maybe this video can help them. Go ahead and share this video with your friends. Are you that person perhaps? Then click the subscribe button and the notification icon so you won't miss out on our videos. Turning away from bad habits will help you attract success. Sometimes it's not the things around us that give us delays, but rather the habits that we make in our daily lives. What are the habits you're willing to let go in exchange for a good future? Do let us know in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe.